What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for a whole new episode review of Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is the reunion part 1 of season 3. We have a new host today, okay? We have Claudia Jordan. Now I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. I'll let y'all know by the end of the day, the review, okay? But we get started. They brought Kendall back, okay? He cool on Instagram or whatever, but what is his purpose? Like, the jokes and stuff. It's not popping out for me. Okay, I'm sorry. No shade. And I actually do like him, but his commentary is not necessary. It's not necessary. It's not necessary to get behind the scenes shit. Let's just do the review. I mean, the reunion the way that we need to do the reunion. Okay. Um, all the people dressed up, girl. Love and Hip Hop Miami. They'll never get it right. Trina do look nice. I do like the green on her. You know, she about the only one. But moving on from that. Um, so we get right into the whole MJ and Amara situation. And, Amara being happy that her father came down there and saw her. I don't know if they're going to touch on it later, whether or not she's still in contact with her father. But, she said that was something that she was looking forward to, ever since she was a little girl. She's still like a little girl seeking her daddy's approval and stuff like that. And then we get into this whole situation between her and MJ and, Bucky. I can't even call her Bucky at this point. I'm going to call her Shay because Shay was making some points, okay? Shay was making some points. Shay was tired of the bullshit. Now, after we didn't heard what happened, I was like, girl, I'm tired of the bullshit too. First of all, let's get into it. Trick and Trina, they doing their morning show and everything is going well. They coming in on time and all that stuff. We had to get that out the way. But let's get back to MJ. So they do the little preview of the rewind of what's going on. And come to find out, MJ and Amara at this time, they're not together. They're not together in a relationship, but he still live with her. What? Now, see, this don't make sense, and this is what made Shay get pissed off. Like, you got a man to fuck up, okay? You up here looking stupid as fuck. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. You need to go ahead and go about your business, okay? And then, Amara, you need to stop, leading him on. If you don't want to be with him, don't want to be with him, that's fine, okay? If that's not what you want, that's not what you want. But so you got to be up in my position. Love be there, okay? And if you got to fight for love, that's what it is, to fight for love and all that stuff. I said, no, bruh. No, bruh. Amara talking about some, if stuff don't work out, it don't work out. Now, if we find ourselves back together, you never know. We might do that later on. But how can you find yourself back together? And if you say that you want space, how are you getting space with him still living in the house with you? Okay? You can't tell me that y'all not fucking each other. All right? You might as well. You want to know what this remind me of? Oh my goodness. I don't know if some of y'all watch Vanderpump Rules. Okay. Christian, if you watch Vanderpump Rules, put it down in the comments. Christian and Carter. That's what that reminds me of. She supposedly broke up with him, but they still fucking around. He's still living with her. He's still doing all this other stuff. Girl, no. Okay? MJ, it's not making you look right. People already coming on here saying that you're a scammer, saying that you're a user, you're a manipulator, whatever. And basically, you going from woman to lay your head because you don't have it, on your own. And so, therefore, you stand in this house with her. That's what it makes it look like, that you are doing these things. Then, Amara, it don't make you look right because of the simple fact that what is he there for? If y'all not in a relationship, what is he there for? Just dick? Bitch, call that nigga up and give him some dick. Okay, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to have him staying up in the house with you. It don't make sense and it don't look right. Okay, some of y'all that probably disagree probably been in that situation, but I'm just saying from my eyes, it don't look right. It's cool or whatever to be like, yo, babe, can you come over and hit him off or whatever, and then go your separate ways, but you still living in a house with each other, so it's like he just can't let go of the fact that there is no relationship, and he's so bent on, you know, this is what you gotta do when you in love and all this stuff and woo woo woo, and he on there crying and shit. And I'm like, damn, is this an act or is he really in love with this girl? And it's kind of scary, like, because it's giving me that if I can't have you, nobody else can. And remember what he said through the season, because I'm gonna be the one that had you. Ain't nobody else go. I was like, ooh, that's what it's giving me type of tease. And Shay is tired of it. Like, get over it or move on. Then they bring on the whole thing about not Bucky, but Amara and Prima Donna. in the whole situation between them two. And like Bobby Light said, first of all, you went off of what a bitch that, should never said nothing. You didn't even give dude a chance to talk and ask him anything. And then when Bobby interjected about Annie coming there saying what she had to say, here come Prima Donna, Annie not here, Annie not here. And MJ was like, well, bitch, I wasn't there when y'all was talking about me, so what's the difference, okay? But at the same time, Prima Donna, you were wrong for bringing that girl there, okay? Amara was wrong with the way that she handled it, but you was wrong for bringing that girl there. You set this whole shit up. You set it off. Whether you had good intentions or bad intentions, which I believe that you had good intentions and you didn't know or think that things was going to go the way that they went, but you still set it off, okay? You still set it off by bringing that girl there without having Amara known what was going on. And Amara, you also furthered it when you went home and you just cussed him out. And like I said, that's why everybody was saying that you looking for a reason to get through with this dude, okay? And them two going back and forth at each other, whatever. And it was just like, at this point, Trick got pissed off, like, what the hell is we on this stage for? This ain't what I fucking came here for. Okay? I'm sorry, y'all. My coworker's texting me because we were talking about a coworker who tested positive for Miss Girl and trying to see what's going on with that. Mind you, she worked at the library that's right around. Oh my God, this is too close to home because this library. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I just got some Taco Bell from over there. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, Ashley, calm down. Calm down. Listen, like it's in the same area where she. Oh my God, like right by my. I did not realize that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I don't know where she got it from, but girl, that just scared the hell out of me. But anyway, y'all pray for me and pray for her too. But yeah, they was just going back and forth, and Prima Donna like, I'm a real bitch and I'm not no circus animal or whatever. You can talk to me and all this stuff. But I'm just sitting here like, at this point, y'all ain't gonna agree on it. So what is it? Okay, both of y'all was wrong in the goddamn situation. MJ, get the fuck about her house. So yeah, Prima Donna up there talking about something. I'm talking to MJ. I was trying to talk to MJ or whatever. You were in his business, okay? At the end of the day, Prima Donna, you was in business that did not concern you. That's all that it comes down to, and you still were, all right? Nobody was letting MJ talk. MJ go back there talking to Kendall, and he talked about some, I still got my stuff going on. She got her stuff going on. She looked for a manager. I ain't trying to be a manager. And then, they addressed the whole thing about the Julian situation and the receipts and all that stuff. Julian sitting on the couch and said, he ain't never fucked that bitch, okay? He ain't never fucking Mara. And, ain't nothing went down like that, okay? So Prima Donna probably was just pulling that shit out her ass just because. And she ain't even had no receipts to back it up. Because if I put a allegation out there like that, bitch, and I said that I got receipts, I'm going to bring the receipts, okay? Ain't no receipts to back it up. They asked MJ about did he ever go with JoJo, when JoJo said that you was up in her DMs and y'all was actually on a date or some shit like that. JoJo came back there and said no, he was in my phone or whatever, but we never did anything together. We never went on any type of dates, and it would have been worse if if Amara heard it from, MJ first before her friend. You know what I'm saying? Given their history or whatever. So I get where they're coming from. I don't feel like nothing happened and they making a big deal out of nothing. Prima Donna, mind your business. Amara, take care of your business. MJ, go find you some business to elsewhere, okay? Get out the house. Then they get to talking about Prima Donna and her leaving and how people felt. And, Prima Donna say, she bi-coastal or whatever, so she not really sure she's going to be staying down there in Miami. And she understands why people was just saying, that they felt like she left them. Trick was standing up for her, whatever, saying that I feel like she needs to have me on some more of her songs, whatever. She said she got a hit single, bitch. I said, where? A bitch could never. I never heard of it. If it was the song that was being played while she was doing a video on the season, that was cute, okay? But I've never heard that on no damn radio or nothing else, or on nobody iTunes charts or nothing like that. So, I'm going to check it out. But, hey, if that's what you say, that's what you say. You got to pump yourself up. Trick was just vouching for her and her struggle, where she came from, where they came from, and all that stuff, and woo-woo-woo. Tip, clarify the reason why she felt like, Prima Donna left her in a lurch or whatever, and didn't say anything when she left Miami and all that stuff or whatever. And then Prima Donna was saying how they was developing a friendship, and then when Tip was doing her stripper thing and she fell on the pole, she got hurt. Prima Donna was there for her, when she saw that she was healing up. She was at the hospital with her and everything. And once she got healed, that's when she left. Girl, I keep on hitting this plug. That's what the light keep flicking. And so, Tip didn't feel too bad about it because she's realized that other people was feeling the same way that she was feeling. But it is what it is. Kendall asking a so-called fan question about what it means to be a rehabilitated criminal. And she's saying, it's none of your business what I went to jail for, because if I told you and all that stuff, then I'm not a rehabilitated criminal. I'm not a criminal or some shit. Girl, it was stupid. It was stupid, okay? I said, to be quite honest, they could have left that part unless you was going to talk about whether or not Joseline, what's the beef between you and Joseline. That's all I really want to hear about, because I'm pretty sure Joseline ain't going to be on this reunion. Then we get into this whole situation between Julian and Trina. Trina basically said, fuck that nigga, okay? It's over and it's done with, and truth be told, Julian got up there and he was like, at the end of the day, I did not take any money from her. I did not do anything. Bitch, did y'all hear Joy say, he already sound like he lying? That's how motherfuckers sound like when they lying. I said, bitch, you said what I was thinking, okay? I don't know what it is about Julian, but every time he speaks, I don't know. I don't get an honest person out of him. I don't get that honesty feeling out of him. Like, it just feels like a person who knows how to work the game and who knows how to go around and find loopholes to make stuff to benefit himself and to fuck other people over. He looked like, and he was up in that goddamn red suit, bitch. He was reminding me of Red from Five Heartbeats, okay? Business hours is between what? 9 to 5, okay? That's what he was giving me, them type of things, bitch. Damn, I gotta quit hitting the light. Trina basically broke that shit down about what was going on, and she went a little bit further in depth. She was like, first of all, I got all this stuff to do. I'm getting this album, and thank God her album is back on streaming services, okay? Just in case you did not know. She was saying how she was signed to him. You getting, she wasn't signed to him like that or some shit like that. Either way, he got money, and there's no artist that is on his labels or whoever he's working with getting signed to him like that. And Rockstar Music Group is not on his label, so why is it that you're getting money and Amara, no offense, you're not bringing in no money like that? No other label, no other artist or whoever that you're working with is giving you that type of money. So that's where the money was coming from, and it was for Trina, whatever. And the way that Trina broke the shit down, it made more sense. The way that Julian was trying to do it, it was like he's trying to defend himself and cover up stuff at the same time, if you get what I'm saying, okay? It's like muddy. It's really muddy, and they really need to sit down with a lawyer. At the end of the day, Trina got the court of public opinion on her side. Now we need to get a real court up in there and, sit down with a fucking lawyer. And I don't understand why this hasn't happened or if it has happened yet, but that's the next step. Sit down with a goddamn lawyer and put all the shit on the table and to, figure this stuff out, because it don't sound right, and it don't make neither one of them look right. It makes Trina look bad because it makes it look like, girl, you don't know what you're doing about your business, okay? You've been in the game long enough. You should know about these games. And then it makes him look bad, Julian, because he's looking shiesty as shit, grimy as hell, trying to take advantage of the artist that he's supposed to be helping out, that he's supposed to be working with. And like they said, all these people, Trick Daddy had to come out on stage, even Amara had to say, the business between him be a little bit funny or whatever, she said, Trina even said something about how, she getting papers or whatever getting sent in, talking about some, she getting sued or something because Amara is supposed to be signed. He signed Amara to her Rockstar label, and how the fuck he gonna do that? And she didn't get no permission for that. You know what I'm saying? And so, Trick Daddy had to come in and was like, this motherfucker is a fraud or whatever. He was selling my music overseas, and I never saw a piece of money from it. Okay. And, he was like, for you to say that you have all this good stuff and I've done all this good stuff for you and for people, ain't nobody here saying, where's the people here to back you up and say that you done good for them? And not really nobody could say anything about that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, at the end of the day, you know, Trick was going on. Prima Donna had to bring her ass out there. I said, Prima Donna, please go back. Okay, this ain't, once again, you butting into something that ain't got nothing to do with you. Trick can handle this. Trina can handle Trick. Let them do that shit, okay? Go back there and fix your hair and all that stuff, okay? This ain't had nothing to do with you, all right? When it was like, can anybody say something nice about Julie? And here go Joy. I mean, your suit look nice. Bitch, Joy, shut up. Girl, shut up. But anyway, I was just like, this is messy as hell. And like I said, you probably don't want the legal fees. You probably don't want to deal with the courts and stuff like that. But you, at this situation and at this juncture, you're going to have to. If I want my money, bitch, I'm going to take your ass to court. And I'm going to make sure that they find everything that they need to find, okay? That's what it is. Instead of just doing it this way, that's what it is. Go to court. Go to get your lawyers up. Then we get into the whole beef between Joseline and Prima Donna, which, to be quite honest, was a waste of a storyline, was a waste of footage, was a waste of our time doing this whole thing, because no one is going to tell us where this beef started. Joseline didn't show up to the reunion, and they barely even finished her. Joseline showed up on what, 3 episodes, and that was it. What was the point of her being on this show? They hyped us up to get us to watch on the show like we wasn't going to watch. Y'all used her as a promotion tool to get us, to draw us in, to get more viewers to come in. People was going to watch. You already used this as a one promotional tool that they used was putting Love and Hip Hop Miami on right after Love and Hip Hop New York and right after Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Those are one of the 2 most populars in the franchise, and people are actually going to tune in at the right time, which is 7 o'clock, to come in and watch it. And then, hey, we might as well go ahead and watch Love and Hip Hop Miami because it's still there. Let's just keep the channel on that. So that was one promotional thing. Then let's throw in the mix that Joseline is going to be on here, because everybody love a little bit of mess with the Puerto Rican princess. We know that she going to give us something, you know. Okay, she's a ratings draw. All right, so that gives other people more incentives to tune in or whatever. And then it falls flat because she's only on a couple of episodes out of how many episodes it was this season, you know. So I didn't appreciate that. And then you bringing up this whole issue between Prima Donna, and it was like it was a premature and incomplete, you know, storyline that happened between Prima Donna and Joseline. Okay, it's like, where did all this? We didn't get no information as to where it started. Prima Donna was trying to explain it, and she couldn't even tell you where it started. You know, all she can do is just say that Joseline is jealous. Tip talking about some, you know, Joseline changed and she don't like competition and stuff like that. You know, Prima Donna went in, and I do feel for her for a little bit, because I don't like it when people want to do the little fat jokes and stuff like that, because bitch, we know we fucking fat. If a fat bitch is a fat bitch, we know we fucking fat, bitch. You point that out the obvious. Ooh, bitch, that's such a thing. Bitch, we fucking know when we gotta roll over in bed, we know that we fucking fat, bitch. When we gotta look at ourselves in the goddamn mirror when we wake up, we know we fucking fat, bitch. When we gotta walk up some goddamn steps, bitch, we know we fucking fat, cause bitch, we trying to catch our goddamn breath. Woo! Yeah, okay, just like that, bitch. We know, you know. So she felt the type of way about that, and you know, Prima Donna went in on her. Prima Donna went in on her, and you know, you just jealous because you had this fitness program or whatever that went nowhere, and I still selling waist training, making millions of dollars a year or whatever, and I'm still a big bitch. This is 3 healthy C-sessions later or whatever, and I was out here doing what normal people do when they having babies, and you know, you out here doing illegal substances and stuff like this, and woo 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 and woo woo woo. I was like, damn, okay, take a motherfucking breath, you know. And at the end of the day, I still like Joseline, but you know, it was like Bobby said. I ain't gonna lie, and this is coming from a big bitch too. Okay, Joseline said, Bobby said it was damn near like bullying, but it was also funny as shit too. Cause I did laugh when she said she acting pigly. She acting pigly. Okay, I laughed at the shit. Y'all laughed at it too. So you know, it is what it is. And like she said, if the bitch ain't there, let's just leave it alone. Cause the bitch ain't there. You know, she ain't there to defend herself. So why are we still talking about this? Okay, girl, it was a waste of a storyline, to be quite honest. Then we get into this whole thing with Santana versus Tip, and you know, their whole thing. And we didn't even get, basically everything that we said throughout the season is what was said at this whole part. Tip gave her version about him, going off on the people at the club and going off on security and having a thong on, and security telling him to put a thong up, to Santana saying if it was a problem or whatever, I think the security was new. He was trying to prove a point. And if it was an issue, which I never had at this club before, the promoters would have told me to do something and they didn't say nothing or whatever. And Tip was lying and Tip is this. And, it was an LGBT thing and this and this and this and that. Girl, I was like, Claudia, y'all talking over each other, bitch. I can't really fucking hear and comprehend what y'all saying. But at the end of the day, Tip apologized because, Trick was like, basically I could see both sides, and it's like, people can feel hurt for what people say and how things went down. And so Tip was like, well, if you feel like, I offended you or I hurt you, I apologize for that. I honestly feel as though if you have to say if that ain't really real in certain situations. You hurt him by saying what you said. So just say, I apologize for saying what I said, or I apologize for you taking it the way that you took it. But that is the way that I saw things. That is the way that I saw things in my perception. Okay? It might not be what you thought, but that's what I saw. Okay? And I apologize that my view offended you and hurt you. Don't put no if in it. Okay? And at the end of the day, they was all to the good. Whatever. That's all. Bitch, let me just tell you something. The reunion didn't get good until the end when they brought out Nikki Natural, and I wanted that's all that I really wanted to fucking see, okay? Because I really wanted them to let loose. I said, bitch, like, Mona, you put this bitch on this show for a reason, okay? You wanted us to have a villain. You wanted us to have somebody that everybody was gonna dislike. I ain't gonna say hate because I don't never hate a bitch, but everybody was gonna dislike, and that was fucking Nikki Natural, bitch. You gave it to us, and I said, bitch, you put this girl on here for a reason. So, because you did that, you should allow motherfuckers to beat her ass at the reunion, okay? Lax up on the goddamn security. Did she do that? No, bitch. I'm kind of disappointed in you. Somebody should have been able to pop the fuck out of Nikki Natural in this first episode or this first part of this reunion, okay? So she can come back lumped up, okay? Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's what should have happened. I don't know what they had her quarantine or whatever. Ain't nobody touched her yet. Suki. You mean to tell me you couldn't find that bitch in the street before this reunion started and fuck her up a little bit? You mean to tell me that? Girl, what's happening? They kept y'all apart from each other? 6 feet social distancing and all that shit, bitch? What is going on? Because ain't no way in hell a bitch talked all that shit on the goddamn show and I have to wait till the fucking reunion to fucking meet a bitch and to beat her ass. Girl, hell no. So they went on with the Trina shit. Trina went the fuck off on that bitch. That bitch couldn't even say shit, bitch. Okay? Trina was like, I ain't never fucking disrespect nobody. And the only motherfucker that fucking vouched for me, Trick ever vouched for was me. Okay? I'm the motherfucking baddest bitch. Okay? Bitch, I don't respect no bitch that got fucking bracelets and a whole bunch of kids and all this shit, bitch. I said, hold up. I know a couple of people that got kids and braces, but I get what you saying. She meant because I'm gonna have to clear it up. I'm gonna hope my good sis was trying to say, because she said fuck you and them dirty ass kids. I said wait a minute Trina. Now on the one hand I don't give a shit, on the other hand the kids didn't do nothing, okay? And I'm pretty sure they got different daddies too. I think she did say that on the show, so I think that's what she was trying to get at. While you up here doing all this stuff and making all this trouble, you need to be concerned about your kids. I'm gonna assume that's what she meant, okay? I'm gonna assume that's what she meant, but Trina read the fuck out that girl. She was just going a mile in a minute, okay? Because at the end of the day, what Trina was saying was correct. Who the fuck are you? What you should have did was get your ass up on the stage. You got an opportunity that should not have been given to you. And god damn it, when she said, Trick Daddy vouched for her ass, and he was like, Trick, did you know that this was happening? She was like, no, because his dick was all up in her mouth and all this shit, bitch. I said, god damn, Trina. And basically, she was just like, I gave you an opportunity, and if it wasn't for the fact that Trick vouched for your ass, you wouldn't have been on this show, okay? You wouldn't have been on the stage, and what you should have did is took this opportunity to go ahead and show what you was about, okay? You are nobody. You won't get nowhere. You won't last 2 years up in this industry, and you can say that what Trina was saying was boastful or she was thinking too much of herself and it was her ego talking. I'm not going to say that because that is true. That is true. Because Nikki Natural came on this shit all the way wrong, and like Trick said, she's one of the gatekeepers in Miami. You trying to get somewhere before you try to really pop off all over, you gotta have hometown support. And if motherfuckers in your hometown don't fucking support you, how the fuck you suspect anybody else to support you right off the bat? No, can't nobody vouch for you. The first thing that we see is the fact that you going after somebody that was giving you an opportunity, somebody that's known in the industry for not going at anybody. I ain't never really hear nothing about Trina getting into it real bad with people, whatever, like that. And then she trying to keep a real level head, and even when you came at her wrong, she still brought you back. She still brought you back, okay? And you still fucked up that opportunity by thinking that she set you up and all that stuff, and then coming at her. And then like Nikki, Trina said, bitch, you're not nobody. Nobody ever heard your music. I am a new artist. Bitch, ain't nobody ever heard your music. To this day, nobody heard your music, okay? And I mean, when I say Trina chewed that bitch out, Trina chewed that bitch out. But let me tell you what Trina did wrong and what Nikki did right. I'm going to have to give it to her. Okay? Trina, you let that girl press you. You let that girl press you without even really saying anything to you. Okay? That girl sat there on that couch so calm, so cool, so fucking collected on the outside. She probably was steaming on the inside, but she did not let us see her fucking sweat while Trina was reading the dog shit out of her. Okay? Trina, you let that girl get under your goddamn skin, and you let it be known that that bitch got to you, okay? You let that shit be known. That bitch went backstage. That bitch said that you dusty and all this stuff or whatever. Said that Trick and Trina was the king crab of Miami and all that shit or whatever. She said that shit so calm, cool, and collected. Why? Because she protected right about now. And she just don't care. Okay, but see, Trina, you went off. You trying to get to her. You trying to fight her, knowing damn well security ain't gonna let you and all that stuff. That's what you fucked up at. Okay, but I mean, you had to get that shit out. But girl. But anyway, that was Love and Hip Hop Reunion part one. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. How y'all feel about Claudia being the host? I think I probably might like her better on here than I do Nina. Okay, because Nina would have been y'all don't need to be doing that or whatever. But Claudia kind of join in and shit or whatever. She kind of let it go on a little bit longer than Nina probably would. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it, and you definitely put your opinions in about this whole thing. Do you get where I'm coming from about the Nikki versus Trina situation? Put it down in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Peace.